Hi, I'm Maggie Lake, your host for this special UN Global Compact series, Financing a Sustainable Future, CFO Insights. You'll hear from the chief financial officers who are part of a special task force convened by the UN. They are using their platforms and influence to reshape the future of corporate finance and invest to help achieve the Sustainable Development Goals and build a resilient future. This is CFO Insights. So how can corporations really harness this momentum? Like, what are some of the ways that you've been able to use your platform as CFO to help address the Sustainable Development Goals?
As we think about within finance, the things we've done here at Verizon, over the last couple of years, we've issued a couple of green bonds. And that really helps us with two things. One, obviously, it helps us meet our specific climate goals, where we have around getting at least 50% of our electricity usage coming from renewable sources by 2025 and getting to net zero by 2035. It obviously helps us finance projects that get us there. But as we did that, we issued a green financing framework that allowed us to talk more holistically to investors about what we're doing in this space.
As you build this common language, do you feel that that's helping accelerate the pace of change?
Certainly, as everyone thinks about things and talks about them using the same language, it helps significantly. One of the areas we've really lent into more significantly over the past 2-3 years is our reporting in this space, whether it's TCFD, SASB, our human capital report, etc. And just by the fact you start looking at these items, you start talking about them, you talk to investors, you talk to other stakeholders about them, it creates its own sense of momentum about what the possibilities are as we go forward.
As this happens, it strikes me that we're starting to now break through and move beyond the early instruments that helped here. You mentioned green bonds, and really starting to see innovation pick up, not only with financial instruments, but just the way you're thinking about sustainable development and the goals you're trying to reach. I know that you did a really interesting program with underwriting in this respect.
We've got a great history of working with diverse underwriters for many, many years. But over the past year, we've taken it up a level. When we issued the second green bond last year, we had the opportunity to have a couple of African-American owned firms be lead underwriters on that issuance. And we've had them as underwriters, but a lower level within the underwriting group. And by being a lead underwriter, it's not just about getting a bigger check, it's also about the opportunity to demonstrate that they can perform in that lead role. That for us and investors, that they can perform just as well as some of the larger banks that people are used to dealing with. So it's providing the opportunity as well. So we did that in the green bond last year, and we've done that as well in our one of our recent asset-backed securitizations. We had an African-American firm as the sole lead underwriter on that. And then in our recent $25 billion bond offering, we brought in 9, whether minority, female or veteran-owned firms in earlier in the process where they could bring investors into that offering in a way that historically they wouldn't have been able to. So in addition to supporting our financing needs to help deliver on our climate goals, for example, we're doing it in a way that also promotes our social justice goals by giving people the opportunity to develop, demonstrate their capabilities for others to see.
It seems to be that within a company, now that sustainability is part of the core business strategy, it opens up possibilities and creative thinking and innovations like this, where you're thinking about goals like social justice right from the very beginning and getting that feedback.
Saying the right thing and providing financial support to people who are doing great work in this space, that's all good, that's important, but what else is there? How do we put that more into our actions? And so it's okay, let's look at ways that we can support the firms in the space that we work with in finance. And so some of the underwriters was a great way of doing that. And the same thing within the climate space. What are the things that we can do where it's really taking action? It's not just giving money to other people to help do things, but it's us taking action. And it's building these things into the core of our business operations. It's not we have our day-to-day operations and the financial results here and our ESG activities separate. It's these things coming together and making sustainability at the heart of what we do.
Thank you for watching CFO Insights. For more information on the CFO Task Force for the SDGs, you can head over to www.cfotaskforce.org and share your insights on social media using the hashtag CFO Task Force. Don't forget to tag the UN Global Compact @Global Compact. We'll see you again soon.